Yeah, that's actually, you know what? I'm legitimately coming to this realization that Sonic games are not bad when they don't try to. Like, Sonic needs to learn to stop padding out their game length because that's actually their biggest problem. Literally every Sonic game except even Generations had padding. It was just arguably more fun padding than some of the other ones. Without going into spoilers. Yeah, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I think the Sonic game with the least padding was actually Sonic 06. Because everything felt a lot less. There wasn't as many, like, things in that game that felt wholly unnecessary that were required for progression. Which sounds crazy that, like, Sonic 06 technically felt more streamlined than, like, Unleashed to me. Honestly, I think a problem with Sonic lately is it lacks charm. I feel like Sonic games have gotten too serious. Not serious, too jokey actually, since, about colors, they started getting really jokey, and I feel like they should find a better balance. Like, Adventure 2 has some quips and stuff, but, it overall feels a little bit more cohesive, and it doesn't feel like a throwaway kind of plotline that's just designed to give Sonic a lot of material to make fun of Eggman. As an example, that's how Color's story feels to me, and also Lost World to some extent. Forces tried, but just also had a lot of plot holes. But I did kind of enjoy that its tone was a little bit more serious in some ways. But Sonic himself was still very much still Sonic, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made any sense, actually. It's like, I feel like Sonic can do more serious storylines without problem, and I think they should, because they were doing so many like really silly storylines for a while, so that they could find a healthier balance between like Shadow the Hedgehog and like, you know, Sonic Colors being like the peak of the kind of campy humor that they kind of stuck with for a while. The only Sonic game I didn't enjoy was Lost World, just because I had a really miserable, glitchy time with that one. So it wasn't like fun glitchy, it was just more like fall to my death glitchy, and it wasn't as enjoyable. But other than that, like, I enjoy most 3D Sonics. Enjoy being the key word. Big key. The only one I'd say would be objectively good though is probably Sonic Generations. Because I feel like anyone can jump into Generations and be like, hey, this is a good time. I don't think any other Sonic game is like that, to be honest. I think Colors has a lot of padding, Unleashed has the Werehog, so that speaks for itself. But Generations is like the most streamlined point A to point B, no fluff kind of a game. And it's definitely really short, but when you have a really short experience that's fun, it's still good. Force is also a classic Sonic that's entirely padding. The Avatar stages and the modern Sonic stages are actually not terrible and pretty fun, but just the classic stages kind of don't belong tonally or with the level design of the game. So yeah, Sonic, I feel like, needs to kind of tone down on just throwing in new mechanics for the sake of literally extending game time, because that's literally what Sega says, by the way. It was like, oh, Sonic Unleashed is really short, so let's just make a werehog. That's literally why Unleashed is structured the way it is, because the Sega executives were like, this game is too short, so let's just add egregious amounts of padding. I don't know why I'm talking about Sonic in the Zelda stream, to be honest. It just kind of happened. Anyway. Final boss time. Well, for this dungeon. Another thing to clarify before actually talking about the boss is, I don't mind padding in games if it's not super required. Like, I do enjoy actually getting all the collectibles and stuff in Zelda games, but there's also not an obligation to get every, like, doodad just to clear the story. And I feel like Sonic could benefit from, like, side questy type stuff. Kind of like Adventure 2 did with all the mission modes. Basically have the option to extend game time if you enjoy what's there, but not pad it out too much if you're not enjoying it, even though, let's face it, treasure hunting is basically padding. To me, I think I'm just desensitized to SA2, so I don't really think about that as padding or bad or anything. I'm just, yeah, sort of numb. And I've gotten so used to it being there. SA2 was like the first Sonic game I really put time into, so I have the most, like, attachment to that one. And therefore I'm kind of, yeah, immune to a lot of the things that people don't like about SA2. Like, I'm just so conditioned to that, I guess. Oh yeah, this is why we got the Hurricane Spin, by the way. Just for this boss. Like, literally just this boss. I don't think we ever use it again. Well, that was actually pretty smooth. Not a bad run. Also, oh shoot. Whoops. You got a heart container. Your life energy is increased by 1, plus your life gauge has been replenished. So I've been showing a lot of the really awkward to get photos lately. I didn't get a photo of Medley. So, yeah, definitely get a photo of Medley before doing this. Otherwise, you have to kind of navigate a bunch of the temple again to get back into this room. The prayers of the Earth Sage have restored the Master Sword's former energy. There's but one last step before it becomes the true Master Sword once again. Link, the power to repel evil is not yet fully awakened. To complete the awakening of the Master Sword, you must go to the Wind Temple for one more prayer. Now, Link, step into the light behind you and return to the surface. Your next duty is to find the Sage of the Wind Temple, and will remain here and continue to pray. You must hurry. And Link? About Prince Kamali, please watch over him for me. And that is the Earth Temple done. You know what, in thinking about it during that cutscene, I feel like I'm just immune to video game stuff in general nowadays, and I can't decide if that's a good thing or not. Like, it's occurring to me, it's like, man, I am like super easygoing when it comes to Zelda. Like, I legitimately don't dislike any Zelda game, which most people can't say, to be honest. Most people have at least one Zelda game they really don't like, but I kinda don't. I can put up with any Zelda. Even like lower end ones, like I enjoy Ocarina, even if it's extremely dated. I can enjoy Link's Awakening, even though you have to swap out items constantly. Yeah, being neutral's fine. Like, there are games I'm very neutral towards but don't dislike. Like, I finished Red Dead Redemption finally. I don't know. Do we? I mean, we were just talking about Sonic and it snowballed from there. Silver Rupee. Called it. But yeah, like I was gonna say, with Red Dead Redemption, when I finished it, I felt a very neutral feeling where I didn't actually dislike the game at all. So, like, it wasn't the worst thing ever. I did have a good time with it, but I was just left feeling kind of like it just kind of exists to me. Don't touch me with those filthy hands, you mischievous little scamp. Ahem, this cabana belongs to the master, and the master alone, you grimy, trespassing little scoundrel. Away with you, away I say. You unclean, most foul, don't lay those grungy hands. What? That's... Why, are you the new master? Are you Master Link? Ah, I'm so pleased to hear that name. Master Link, please be gentle on this fine door. Can we talk about how weird this is for a moment? Like, that's kind of odd, to say the least. Also, how do you enjoy Cadence? I've already done 2 playthroughs of Cadence, I'm gonna be honest. I found it really weird that Cadence of Hyrule is like exponentially easier than Crypt of the Necrodancer, despite coming after. Same. I'm still wanting to stream Necrodancer with like some of the Danganronpa content, since I can't actually stream a Danganronpa blind because I've been spoiled on them all. But yeah, I'm on World 3 of Necrodancer on my personal file, and I'm kind of stuck. It's where I always get stuck. Yeah, and then also I need to finish Persona Q. I'm almost at the end of Skyrim. I just did the negotiation, I think. Which I'm assuming is pretty far along. I'm thinking about possibly picking up Tokyo Mirage Sessions soon, because clearly I'm not playing enough long RPGs at the moment. I remember as a kid I used to circle this place, like hardcore, like just make circles around this level because I didn't know what I was doing. Also, hi Redead. Bye Redead. I don't know if I would stream. I might stream like a first session of TMS and just kind of leave it there because I don't know how much interest there would be in seeing it streamed. RPGs tend to be kind of slow for streaming. That's why the only RPG I'd probably stream would be either Pokemon or Persona, just because I like Persona. Ow. Rats are jerks in this game. He didn't switch to a left input, so it was just up. Guess you could say it was stuck up. Ha 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 ha. This should actually be a Triforce shard. I think this was one of the ones that was literally replaced with an actual shard instead of being a chart.